Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 20th of solving object-oriented programming question with the help of Python. So if you are very new to this playlist, very new to this channel, I would like to tell you that what this playlist is all about, and this playlist is all about solving the object-oriented programming questions. And we will be covering, in fact, each and every concept of object-oriented programming with the help of Python and solving the conceptual question which we have studied in object oriented programming question, like including like object oriented instances, attributes, classes, object, polymorphism, inheritance, etc, etc. We will be covering everything in this playlist, and we have started already from the very basic concept of object oriented programming, where we have created an object and class, and then we have moved slowly and gradually where we have covered the methods inside a object, where we have solved a list question as well, and then we have started on day 17 about inheritance as well. We will be covering all types of inheritance, and first of all we have started with single inheritance, where which we have covered three questions yet, and we have another prepared question for you. So guys, we will be solving one more question here, and we are increasing the level of single level inheritance, and then we will be just moving to different types of inheritance as well. So just before starting with this tutorial, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So let's start the tutorial and let's start the question. So the question says, create a class called bird that inherits from the animal class. Add an initial instance attribute called species specific to the bird class. Implement a method called speak that prints out a bird specific message like the bird chirps melodiously, and create an instance of the bird and call the speak method. So in this question we have just increased the bar again, and here we will be just including the method as well. In the last three questions of single inheritance we have not covered the method, but here we will be just covering the method as well. Alright, so let's start this. So first of all, we will be just doing the same thing which we have been doing. First of all, we will be going step by step. First of all, define the name of the class, that is bird, then taking the def in it, that is our instance attribute, where which we will be class in which we have to take what create a class called bird that inherits from the animal class. Add an initial instance from the species to the bird. So in the last class we have created an animal animal class, so same class we will be just taking, and we will be just modifying it the same class. So this is the class which we have created, in which we have taken two instance attribute, name and sound, and after that we have to create another class. So we already know that in single inheritance we take single inheritance. What does single inheritance mean? Single inheritance, a class inherits from a single parent class, so it will be just inheriting from the single class. So the single class is animal, so class bird is our child class, and an animal class is our parent class. So in bird we will be just closing it by parenthesis, and in this inside this we will be taking animal inside this. And why we are taking animal? Because it's a single inheritance, and in single inheritance means in any inheritance we just take the name of the parent class inside the parenthesis. So it's a single inheritance, so it will be just taking one it will be just inheriting from the one parent class. So one parent class is an animal, so it will be just inheriting from the one parent class. So I hope that you have understood this, what is single inheritance, and we have already discussed in the 17 and 18 and 19, and yet we are discussing it on day 20th as well. So Now let's move further in this tutorial where we have to create another attribute, another instance attribute as a species, right? Add an additional instance attribute called species specific to the bird class. So it's specific to the bird class. So what what is common between these two, animal and bird? There are two attributes that would be common, that is name and sound, but we have to define an additional attribute that would be our species, right? So species would be our will be our additional attribute that is not a part, that would not be a part of animal, but it would be only part of the bird. So inside super it we will not be taking it. Why we will be not taking it? Because inside super these two, names and sound, will be coming. We will be not taking it in a species inside super. Why we are not taking inside super? Because super means that these two attributes belong to the parent class. These two attribute super let me down it. Super means that these attributes to uh, belong to the parent class, that is of course our animal. That's our animal class. So super means that these attribute belongs to the parent class. So we will be not taking inside the species. And in fact species is already not present inside the animal, so we will be just not taking it. Now we have to define it inside the bird. We have to just write it like this: self dot species, species, species is equal to species. And now we have defined the self dot species is equal to species, which means that now species is a part of bird but it's not part of animal. So in bird we have three attributes: name, sound, and species. In animal we have two attributes, instant attributes, name and sound. Now let's now move further in this tutorial. In this question, implement a method called speak. Now we have to implement a method called def speak, where we have to define self here as well. And we have to we have to print out something. We have to print out a bird specific message like the birds chirps melodiously. So we will be returning this value, this string. Let me copy this and paste it here. Bird chirps melodiously. Alright, the create an instance of the bird class and call the speak method. So we have to create an instance of the bird class. We do not have to create a for animal. We have to only create it for bird. Let's say uh, a is equals to bird, and the name of the bird would be, let's say Lulu is the name of the bird, and or let's say Pico. Pico is the name of the bird, and the sound it makes, it chirps, chrips. And now we have to take the species. So let's say it's what birds, what species you want to give. Let's say the species would be, let's say it's sparrow. uh, I do not know the species of any bird, so I am just putting the name as sparrow. And we have to just write it as chirps, so I've just uh, put the wrong spelling of chirps. Now what we have to do, we have to print out the we have to call the method. So print a dot speak, and since it's a method, so we have to close it by parenthesis. So it will be just printing me the value as the bird chirps melodiously. So that's the thing we will be just doing here. So if you want to name the print out the name, you will be just doing it like this: a dot name, and then a dot sound, and a dot species. and I will be just using the multi-cursor functionality of the Visual Studio Code by Alt and just holding the Alt and taking my cursor to wherever I want, and I will be just using F string here and close it by starting the inverted comma, and then again using this functionality here as well, and again pressing it and again using it, and similarly closing it with this as well. Now the bird, the name is the sound of bird is the species of the bird is this. Now we have written all the things including the instance attribute and including method as well. So might have noticed that we have just closed speak with parentheses, and we have not close species, sound, and name with parentheses, because species is a method, is a function. We have to close it by parentheses, and name, sound, and species is an instance attribute, are an instance attribute, so we do not have to close it by parentheses. All right, so they are a string actually. So you can see that the name is Pico, the sound bird of bird is chirps, and the species of the bird is sparrow, and then we have returned the method. So this was all in the question, guys. I hope that you have understood this question, and if you have liked this tutorial and you have understood this question, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment down in the comment section if you have any doubt, and comment down in the comment section that you have liked this video if you have liked this video. So thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.